So you're interested in the new Ahsoka series, but see a bunch of people from the animated shows and maybe lost some interest. Maybe you're not a fan of animation or were too old or busy for cartoons when they aired. Maybe you saw trailers for Spider-Verse and were like,
nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Well, I'm here to say you're missing out. Ahsoka has been called Rebels Season 5, and even though I'm confident they'll deliver enough exposition within the show to not leave viewers in the lurch on major plot points, there's still a ton of detail that might float on by those not in the know. Really, I think you should watch all of Rebels. The show is great fun, amazing lore, fantastic action, and a truly realized cast of characters. You could maybe skip a good deal of Season 1 and Season 2, but then you'd be missing things like this.
Just like the old days.
But if you only have about 2 to 3 hours to spare, let me be your cheat code to the quintessential viewing list to prepare yourself for Ahsoka, assuming you've already watched The Mandalorian and Tales of the Jedi. So let's get started and jump back into Clone Wars for one of the stranger stories of the series, the Mortis arc. Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Ahsoka discover a strange structure in space and get sucked in, finding 3 ethereal beings inside, a father, his daughter, and his son. All 3 heroes experience eerie premonitions of their past, present, and futures, as Anakin discovers the family is in fact a sort of living embodiment of the light, the dark, and the balance of the Force. I'll be honest, this arc is a bit trippy, but is also a fresher and different take on the Force than we've seen before, and worth a watch for the visions alone and how they corrupt our 3 heroes. These episodes serve as a bit of background to what we'll see later in Rebels, and a look at the complicated relationship between Anakin and Ahsoka. Next, we have the original finale of the first run of the series, the Wronged Jedi arc. Probably the most important Ahsoka episode, she finds herself framed for murder after the Jedi Temple has been bombed. It's a bureaucratic story about loyalty, faith, and friendship, and a marvelous window into the weight of the relationship Ahsoka and Anakin once had. It's a 4-episode arc starting with Season 5, Episode 17, but you can simply watch the season finale and get the same impact. Now on to the most underrated Star Wars series, Rebels. Season 2, Episode 22, Twilight of the Apprentice, Part 2. You can start off with the Season 2 finale, where Ezra, his Jedi Master Kanan, Ahsoka, and Maul find themselves working together to fight off Vader's Inquisitors as they make their way closer to unlocking a Sith temple. I know, it's awesome. Vader manages to track and confront them before Ahsoka comes face to face with Anakin for the first time since the end of the Clone Wars. Some of this battle will seem familiar as they lifted quite a bit of this scene for the live-action Obi-Wan series. No spoilers. Season 3, Episode 15, Trials of the Darksaber. Next, we have an episode more focused on Sabine, likely the most underrated character on the most underrated show. I cannot wait to see what they do with her in the new series. She lifted the Darksaber from Maul and now is being pushed into a leadership role by varying clans of Mandalore. So Kanan begrudgingly accepts to train her in how to wield it. This gives great insight into Sabine's character as well as foreshadowing of what her role would be after the Galactic Civil War. Worth the watch. Then, we have a Hera-centric episode with Season 4, Episode 10, Jedi Knight. Hera is taken captive after a failed attack on Lothal, and she is interrogated by Thrawn. Here, you'll get a glimpse of the cold tactician Thrawn is, and a hint at the animus that developed between him and Hera throughout the series. You'll also get the most powerful ending of the entire series to boot, although it will be more impactful if you watch more of the show to understand some of the characters' dramatic choices, but, it's fine. Then, just a few episodes later, we have Season 4, Episode 13, A World Between Worlds. Sabine and Ezra discover why the Empire was so obsessed with Lothal. It houses a special Jedi temple with links to Mortis. Remember these guys? Only Sabine and Ezra manage to gain access, and what's inside has major implications to the fabric of the Force, and likely will be a major plot point in the Ahsoka series. Again, no spoilers, but check it out. Then last, but definitely not least, the Rebels finale with Season 4, Episode 15, Family Reunion, and Farewell. This special hour-long series finale showcases more of Thrawn's dastardly personality, Ezra's leadership capabilities, Sabine and Hera's loyalty to Lothal and their friends, and will set you up perfectly for the Ahsoka premiere, as it is the last time we saw all these characters together before and even after the Galactic Civil War. So all in all, 9 episodes and 3.5 hours of TV to watch on Disney+. Get to it! What are you waiting for? I still think you should watch the whole series of Rebels, as you're missing out on the TIE Defender program, a new spiritual interpretation of the Force with Bendu and the Lothwolves, quality Hondo Ohnaka content, some very, very subtle Andor and Rogue One references, one of the best lightsaber fights in any Star Wars media, and a super grumpy droid.
I am guilty by association.
But this list will hopefully set you up to enjoy Ahsoka when it premieres. How excited are you for the new show? Have you seen it already? Am I missing any crucial episodes you think I should include? Sound off in the comments below. As always, may the Force be with you. Like and subscribe. Okay, thanks. Bye. TVs. I want to watch the TVs.
The TVs, hon.
Show me the TVs.
I like my programs and my stories. And I want them with aliens.
And the pew-pews.
And the pews and the things. With lots of sand.
I hate sand.
I had sand.